Welcome back everybody. It's been a wee while since we shot our last one, so I thought it was about time I jumped back on the camera. Nearly finished a couple of builds, and I thought we would show you guys a bit about them, what you guys can get yourselves if you want them as well from us, and possibly show you next week when we get them on the dyno as well. So start things off, we have Jordan's Batty, nearly finished, just waiting on the pulley kit, and we can put the pulley kit back on, and just tidying up a couple of wiring things, and then shears are all ready to hit the dyno. So this is pretty much the same as the yellow car setup wise, just obviously the titanium is blue instead of gold. I don't know if you can really see it in that shot, but man, it looks so good. Titanium is definitely the hardest material to ever shoot. So you're going for the blacked out V-mount intake, etc, etc. It's gone for a texture black like I had in the yellow Batty as well. Looks so good. One of our core kits hidden down in there, one of our fuel rail kits, fuel setup kits. Yeah, so this setup is a motor built by another shop here before our customer bought it. It's had all the bells and whistles thrown at it apparently. Stage 3 extend port he called it, so it should boogie. And then so we've matched it with one of our turbo setups. So this actually runs a G40 900 turbo with a 1.06 I think it is rear housing. One of our T4 twin scroll stainless manifolds runs a 60mm turbo smart wastegate, 4-inch full exhaust. This one's the stainless system the whole way back to the back with adrenaline resonator and muffler, with our own secret sauce. Our new catch can, for those been asking us about them, that's them there. Pretty simple design. It is just undo those and then there's foam underneath sitting in a cavity, which is obviously baffled. This comes into a baffled chamber that's got to go through a few phases before the air can escape through here, so it's not just squirting in and oil coming out here. There is baffling inside it. To install them though, you just have to take your guard back a little bit and put 2 riv nuts in. It's super simple. You can probably drill and tap it as well if you want, because that part of the chassis rail is about 3mm thick. So it's up to you how you want to do it. And then obviously we've got our oil filler necks over here, popping out here. The reason why we've gone out the back is when they're out here and you've got a strut race on, they're super complicated to fill up with oil. So we've decided to put one down in there. Makes life a lot easier. It comes with our billet flange on the bottom. I don't know if we can see that past that horrible wire. There it is. So that's a 10mm thick flange. I'll show you in a second what that consists of. Full V-mount kit, so it's 80mm thick core. We've just changed it to a Series 8 front bumper as well, so the radiator sits in there quite nicely. If you can see that black on black, it's quite hard to see. Our B-mount AST tank, so the body sits down and it's a little bit longer, just so you don't see the silicone hose as much as like the other one. Our alternator upgrade setup, so it's a 120 amp alternator. These will be available on our website soon in raw or black finish as well if you want them. But yeah, super stoked how this car's come out. Still got a bit of panel and paint to do on it, but motor wise she is pretty much all good to go, ready for mark. And I can't wait to see what this one does. And then guess we'll go inside and we'll have a look at a few of the other ones. So next one up is Leigh's beautiful, very beautiful Pest 101. Yes, before I got rudely interrupted, this is Leigh's beautiful RX2. So we've just done an EFI setup on it, running a 2¼ inch stainless steel system to the rear. You can see that. So we've got the headers electro polished, and then the rest of the exhaust system down to the back, 2-into-1 by the diff. Tried to run the length as long as we can as per Racing Beat's design, but yeah, it's about 5 inches shorter than their design, so Interesting to see how that flows. Made our own little merge collector on the back there, 2-into-1. Their own secret sauce on there as well. Adrenaline race baffled resonators and muffler as well. So they run like a plate every 50mm inside there, and then there's the steel wool packing and fiberglass in between as well. Problem with the general resonators is once you get a bit of heat and flow, they blow all the packing to the back, bunches up, and then it all just blows out the exhaust over time. So race baffles will stop that, and if it does happen, then they will take them back off you and they will rebuild them for you for free. So that's the service that we get from them, which is awesome. So James is putting another mount up the front here so we don't get it to sag. Another thing we've just done under here is a custom little surge tank. What was the surge tank in the end? It was like 2.1 litre?
Yeah, 2 litres, 2.1.
Yeah, 2.1 litres. We've mounted the pump on the side of it, so it's got the feed and the return from the natural tank, or the factory tank, sorry, not natural. And then the pump there, and then we've run the lines down the gearbox tunnel because it's too low on the floor, so we've just completed a second rear drive shaft hoop as per set rules here in New Zealand. So it's got one at the front and one at the back now, so if the drive shaft ever collapses it can't take the fuel lines or power line out from the gearbox tunnel. But yeah, pretty happy with how this came out. Should make some good grunt. And as the other two come to fruition, another one starts. We've been working on this one for a while. This is Nevada's 323. Just made a drop tank for it ages ago. The floor's been all sandblasted. Just doing the rear diff setup at the moment. I'll do that next week. Got a Series 5 engine with the Batty upper in there. Manifold made already, got a radiator made, oil cooler. Got a W58 gearbox in there. Made a cross member. So we're just gonna get back into that next week. All going well. And then we have got James's very cool, as you can guess by the number plate, Trinity Cosmo. This car has actually come down from Hamilton. Oh, where's the bonnet latch? So yeah, 20B. So we've done a 20B NA. We haven't done 20B turbo yet, so we're really looking forward to this one. This is how it's shown up. Obviously turbo, manifold, everything already been made, gearbox is mounted. So Plane of Attack, we've made a PWR based intercooler for it, one of our race series radiators for it. We're going to do some nice jazzy TI pipe work for both sides, air intake pipe, electric water pump. It's got a Heltec Elite 2500 ECU and dash, so it's got a lot of trick stuff. It's going to be a very trick car, and I'm very grateful that we have been trusted to build this one for him. So we're looking forward to this project. But yeah, how good does that look? Imagine popping your bonnet and you've got that blue. Definitely just grabs your attention straight away, eh? So, but yeah, I'm gonna get back and do some work, and then when we get Leigh's car down and we get it a bit more complete, I'll do a bit more of a walk around on that with it running. Just waiting on Jono to do a bit of wiring. Holy shit, mate, what's going on over here?
Fuck, I'll shine you away.
So yeah, Jono is on the buzz of wiring a custom loom.
Yep. Lovely RX2.
It's going to be done by lunchtime, so we go to the pub.
Yep. Well, we're going to the pub either way, mate.
Yeah, Friday is the pub lunch day. So, no beers, of course, but pub lunch. So.
Yeah, because they make power so easy, like, you know.
Did you fix it? Where we going, Lexi? Yeah, whose car is it?
Leigh.
Yeah, we'll go for a test drive, eh? Yeah. Hey? Good? No, we don't go fast on this one, baby. This is a cruiser. So this is Leigh's RX2 that we've just finished, pretty much just finished. Just got a couple of little things to finish off, but first big test drive of it today. So Leigh's car came to us carbureted 13B Bridgie, motor built elsewhere. So the old exhaust was pretty shit and broke, so it just came to us originally for a new exhaust system, and then not much twisting of Leigh's arm, he was roped into a EFI hardware setup. So we've gone EFI hardware, tapered, billet throttle body or intake setup. We've gone 2 1/4 inch primaries, 114 inches I think it was, into 3 inch out the back. It made 235 horse. Mark's suggestion was on this one, maybe the exhaust ports were a little bit too small, and so maybe that's something we can look at in the future, opening them up and get a little bit more grunt out of it. But at the moment it is a wicked streeter. It actually drives really, really nicely. I don't really like the floor mounted accelerator pedals on these RX2s. They are quite hard to keep it steady with all the braps, but other than that, she is a stunning car. Leigh has done an amazing job, done a full resto on it himself, him and his brother, and we are privileged to say that we've contributed to this build. So yeah, new exhaust, completely new fuel setup. The surge tank is actually mounted underneath the car. We don't want anything in the boot, and yeah, show you the other bits. So yeah, as you can see in here, she's a pretty tidy specimen. She's just had a full rewire by the man behind the camera, old Jono. So we've tried to run the loom for the engine harness out as low as we can, and then try to hide as much of it as we can. We want to mount the coils down there so it's all nice and hidden away, and then obviously all mil spec wiring and stuff. Obviously Jono still needs to put a bit of heat shrink on that one. Oh well, I did say at the start it wasn't quite finished yet, but it was good for a test drive with some lunch on a Friday and go get a beer anyway. But yeah, so absolutely hats off to Leigh in this build. It's been a privilege. A couple other things I guess we didn't mention is we've got one of our radiator overflow tanks here, so that bolts to your factory bolt locations on the side, and then a catch can there as well, so that's internally baffled. Does the trick. But yeah, these intakes from EFI Hardware are a work of art. Other than that, she's got the, I suppose we can show them the dash that we mounted in here. We didn't want to put an electronic dash in it, so we've just done with the can gauge down there. The hole was already cut out, so we've just put a plate there and just tried to tidy it up a bit. But yeah, great way to watch everything that's going on with the engine. And then ECU and stuff is all mounted up under there, totally. But yeah, no, this has been a wicked build. Like I said, there's still a couple of things to tidy up on it, but yeah, thank you very much, Leigh. Been a privilege. Way differently, like the same amount of power, but this is probably definitely the fastest 400 horsepower one I've driven in a while. Super responsive. Yeah, old G40 goes pretty good. Probably could have had a bit more flow from the motor, but it's a pretty good choice of turbo, I think. It's super responsive. So much bloody traffic, eh? But yeah, a bit more, some water meth, and we'll probably get the 500 horsepower mark out of it. Running a bit more timing, but yeah, pretty much how it is on pump gas was pretty much the best we could come up with safely. Mark suggested maybe a secondary bridge, open up the ports a little bit more, and I'll definitely do 500 on pump gas. Yeah, I think the owner should be very happy with this. Jimmy's turn for a drive now. Definitely. You might be cursing and swearing at it a month ago, but
I definitely was.
I was cursing and swearing at it last week, but this makes it all worth it,
Getting that on the big jobs,
Definitely. Definitely. So pretty much the difference between this setup and my old yellow car and this one is obviously the engine, big crucial thing, and the turbo size. Most of the other stuff is the same, apart from we didn't run water meth on this one. But yeah, so gone for the G40 900 turbo with a 1.06 T4 flange on this one. So on the yellow one was V-band. Felt like it was a little bit lacking response. This is definitely not lacking response at all. A single 60mm turbo smart wastegate, 4-inch full exhaust with Adrenaline race baffled muffler and resonator. We've got a 1A IGN coil, smart coil kit in it, a V-mount kit with an 80mm intercooler. What else? We've got Turbo Smart 50mm BOV, still got the factory oil coolers on it, seem to be working primo. Single 400 litre an hour AEM fuel pump, so it is an external pump that we've turned into an internal pump with the filter sock on the bottom of it. Upgraded clutch, upgraded diff. We've done a diff brace on this one as well to stop the PPF snapping. Pretty much everything, I guess. Got 1650cc injectors all around, still got the factory fuel lines. But yeah, it seems to be making a wicked street car. So if you guys are in the need of a wicked package, send us a DM. And we can pretty much, we've got a jig car here at work, so we can make everything on the car and send it to you anywhere in the world. Whatever turbo package you want to run, whatever front mount or V mount kit you want to run, if you want to do some crazy titanium pipe work or whatever, we can do all that as well. Yeah, only an email away. So pretty much Jordan's car is one of our full packages, 500 horsepower packages. So this one's our V-mount setup, turbo setup, fuel setup, electronics, ignition. So pretty much everything. If you want to achieve a certain power, you can contact us and we can supply you the whole kit. Obviously we've upgraded this one from our baseline. We have gone for the blacked out version and the TI. And then also on this one we have finished our prototype for our ABS able catch can. So we'll be available for left-hand drive and right-hand drive vehicles. At the moment they're available for right-hand drive, but we'll be mirror imaging it, so they'll be available for left-hand drive. If anyone's keen, send us a DM. Been a pretty busy few weeks with tuning and getting cars ready for the dyno and a few turbo kits going out. So yeah, just been focusing on that stuff. In this one we're going to have a couple cars that we've just finished off. Leigh's beautiful RX2, running a FedMB Bridgie injector setup. So done a full intake, exhaust, fuel setup, everything on that. And then Jordan's Black Batty running 13B extend port, one of our turbo kits, V-mount kits and stuff. So we'll go into that in depth soon, but I thought I would show you our jig car, the last kit we're doing on our jig car. How do you feel about it? Hey?
Sad, man, this jig car, we've come a long way.
Come a long way.
We've done some stuff together,
What, that Turbo Smart window banner?
I never got to finish off my Turbo Smart windscreen. Well, gutted about that. I was always the next car,
Yeah, yeah. But we actually bought another. Whoop! Bought an. Sorry, Jono, fucking Sparky's leaving shit everywhere, eh?
Easiest trade there is, eh?
Yeah.
In the auto Sparky.
I'm not the cunt that can't look where he's fucking stuck.
I wouldn't do well in war, eh, with landmines,
No.
But yeah, we bought another jig car, a little bit more straighter than this one, so this one's gonna go. We've added turbo kits. How many turbo kits do you reckon we've done on this now?
Surely at least a couple dozen, eh?
Yeah.
20 odd?
Yeah, I reckon, eh? Just made a few kits this car.
Probably
quite-
the most turbo kits in RX7's had on it.
Definitely. Yeah, probably. It actually probably is the yeah. Yeah, a lot of the production for our V-mount's been done on this car. Front mount intercoolers, countless amount of front mount intercoolers test fitted to this car. Most of our V-mounts and everything all get made, finalised on this car and test fitted and sent out, so we can ensure that everything is perfect fit. But yeah, the last kit.
It's the end of an era. I'll miss you.
Yeah, front mount kit going up to Wellington. So your new intercooler piping, running our clamps down there, tucked in, down in there. And yeah, came out pretty good, pretty happy with this one. One of our AST tanks. Still got to do an oil cooler kit for this kit as well, but I'll do that on the other car.
Not bad for a shitty old welder, eh?
Yeah, not bad for a $500 jig car when I first bought it. Like the amount of kits it's made, eh? But yeah, pay a little bit more for a jig car now apparently, but it's all good.